the spiritual and temporal leader of the Tibetan people. The following address, entitled Buddha Nature, was presented by the Dalai Lama to members of the society gathered on the grounds of Olcott. Born to a peasant family, His Holiness was recognized at the age of 2, in accordance with Tibetan tradition, as the reincarnation of his predecessor, the 13th Dalai Lama. He began his training at the age of 6 and completed the Geshe Laramya degree, Doctorate of Buddhist Philosophy, when he was 25. In 1959, His Holiness sought asylum in India after the Chinese crushed the Tibetan people's national uprising in Lhasa. The Dalai Lama has earned the deep respect of many world leaders for his untiring efforts to bring about a permanent peace to the world community.
I'm very happy on behalf of the Theosophical Society in America to welcome His Holiness the Dalai Lama. It's a great privilege for us to have his presence amongst us. I'm now going to ask Mayor Vaga from Wheaton to say a few words.
Thank you, Master Skunks. Your Holiness, on behalf of the people of Wheaton, I wish to express our welcome, our sincere best wishes. I have here for you a booklet explaining our community and the area around Wheaton, and I also have for you an honorary citizenship as an honorary citizen of Wheaton, which I present to you with our best wishes. Thank you.
We in Olcott are very happy to have His Holiness as a citizen of I am sure that he is a citizen of the world, but we like to think that you are also a special a citizen here. What I'm going to ask next is to ask our international president, Mrs. Radha Bernier, to say a few words about His Holiness, as His Holiness has been in the international part, in Adia International Estate of the Theosophical Society, where I personally heard him speak in 1975, I believe. But she has known him for many years, and I thought it would be very nice if Mrs. Radha Bernier would come up and say a few words. Would you come up, Radha?
Dear friends, it is hardly necessary to speak words of introduction about His Holiness the Dalai Lama to an audience composed of members of the Theosophical Society. But I will add to the words of Mrs. Dora Kunz my own very warm welcome to him on this occasion on behalf of our society. His first contact with the Theosophical Society was in 1956 when he came from Tibet for participating in the celebration of the 2500th anniversary of the Lord Buddha. The Theosophical Society from its inception has had a special respect, veneration for the teachings of the Lord Buddha, and therefore it is most appropriate that we have this occasion and privilege of hearing what His Holiness has to say about the Buddha nature, which is his subject. Some of you will know that those who inspired the founding of the Theosophical Society, as well as its two founders, Olcott and Blavatsky, expressed not only their reverence for the Lord Buddha, but in the case of the founders, they became Buddhists when they were in Ceylon. And there has been a continuous tradition of contact with Buddhist teachings. The world at present needs compassion and compassionate conduct more than anything else. And His Holiness is bringing that message to all the world where he is traveling. And we particularly appreciate, welcome, and also give our support to the work which he is doing, because it will bring an atmosphere of compassion in a world which is full of conflict and cruelty. I think it is not necessary to say something about him, because you all know so much about him already, but I welcome him with very profound feelings.
그렇게 해주시면.
On Dharma friends, I am very, very glad to be here. And so I
would like to thank everyone.
The interdict, mixing this. Now I don't know how to say. Today I have this opportunity. I am very glad to have this opportunity to meet you all and express my feeling or my thought, and also the last night very good sleep, very relaxed. So I thank to you all, and also all the people who are working for it. As undertake Kasachoti, Tigando Tongi, Tiano Tonga, the Citizen Charity, honor.
I would like to thank the mayor also for making me an honorary citizen of Wheaton.
I don't know whether I'm useful or not. As far as from my motivation or my sincere feeling is concerned, I myself always regard as a good citizen of this world. So you see, from that viewpoint, I'm a bit honored. Now, as you mentioned, first my contact with Theosophical Society, and that was 56. I came to India with Panchen Lama. At that time, we are not refugee. Now today, so my position is something like stateless. So during past now more than almost 25 years of period, I learn many things. Generally speaking, not happy type, but more suffering nature, more problem, more tragedy. During these experience, during this period, one of the most reliable friend or teacher is my own compassion, my own tolerance, patience. These inner feeling or inner experience or inner thought are the when you face most difficult circumstances, these are the most reliable. These help from these thought, we can face problem much easier, much better, and also despite the external problems, the inner strength, the determination or the will never change. And also despite these difficult circumstances or the tragedy, it is very helpful to minimize hatred feeling, anger. So as you mentioned, these present circumstances, the compassion, tolerance, these are the very necessary things. So now, in order to develop and maintain true compassion, kindness, it is very necessary to control or to minimize our hatred and anger feeling, irritation. So in fact, through our enemies, through those people, and from those people who are making problem or trouble, from them we can learn the tolerance and the real practice of dharma. We can learn from them. So from that viewpoint, instead toward these and these objects, towards these persons, these people, instead of feeling hatred, if we properly think, we can learn patience and deep respect for them. So last more than 2 decades experience is for me, for my own practice, is something very golden opportunity. Very good golden opportunity. It helps me very much. And so, according to my own experience, the tolerance and compassion, these kindness, these thoughts are very useful, very helpful. Now I am going to say something about the Buddhist explanation about Buddha nature. Generally speaking, we have physical. We have 2 things: physical as well as consciousness. Now we know the physical is something very temporary. So one's life, physical is one new physical appear, and then once life finish, then that physical will be no more. But the continuation, the mind, the consciousness itself, it always remain there. They believe the continuity of consciousness. Now that you see consciousness, it is nature, something like open space. Itself is no color, no form, yet it can reflect many things, and everything can reflect in it. But itself is formless. And at the same time, it is very powerful and ultimate source of energy. So now you see that's own nature, the very nature of consciousness is Rasa, clear light. It's pure. It is its essential nature is pure, not something dirty. So now that you see all the the bad thought like anger, attachment, jealousy, pride, all these you see thought are the secondary, not the real substantial nature. So its substantial nature is pure, not disturbed by these thoughts. When the secondary, now all these thoughts there. So the essential nature, that is the real cause, or the real cause of Buddhahood, enlightened one. So because the essential nature is pure, no bad things. So therefore, it can be trained and it can become a Buddha's mind. So therefore, you see the seri zangi sem the gyundala sem gyunsu the seri zangi sem chala and kasa sangye rikshin.
The mere factor of luminosity and knowing of the mind itself is called the Buddha nature because it can turn into Buddhahood. This is a description of the Buddha nature from the point of view of the subject side, that of the consciousness.
But
we can also speak of the Buddha nature from the point of view of the final nature of the mind.
That is simply chuni. Tada chimada jashin be nega simply chuni te. Any sanje chu tamjin yungru induzane, de chane, any rashine. Kaso sanje rik. This
is the empty reality of the mind, and even though it is accompanied by defilement, because it can turn into Buddhahood, it is called the Buddha nature. Because it has no beginning, it is also called the naturally abiding lineage.
Rangshing rikti shilshani, shiti yaba yinza, ditane, and kasore, what tundu, topa, yandang rik, and sato, yakia yudenge. Yandang rik sato give a tolle, te, nyambur give a tone, and genji the seju.
On this basis, one can develop factually concordant minds that accord with the truth, and in dependence on increasing their strength greater and greater, one can come to have consciousnesses that serve as antidotes to misconceptions.
된제기다 람 건데 토네 아니 남긴 주run기다 사미기 최 다데 게rello 다 사미기 최선다 사미기 최선도 게는디들 아니 genjuris
These new qualities of
dishes
these new qualities of mind that are generated in dependence upon causes and conditions on the basis of this nature are called the developmental lineage.
그래 다
Developmental.
된제기다 rigni 셰야레 genjuris다 랑신네리 rigni.
Thus, there are two types of Buddha natures or lineages, one being the naturally abiding lineage and the other being this one that develops.
이게 데뷔살이야 산지기 고시셔요래.
Now, in terms of the effect, in terms of Buddhahood, there are the four bodies of a Buddha.
따들이야 가서 모니구체 왜다 또 롱구체 줄구체 모니구체 이시슈구스 구시.
There are the emanation bodies of a Buddha, the complete enjoyment body, the wisdom truth body, and the nature body.
다 뒤수되어 있는 구숨
These can be condensed to three:
쉐롱 구숨스.
the truth body, the complete enjoyment body, and the emanation body.
다 뒤자와로 뒤축을 투.
And the basis of all three of these is the truth body.
다 뒤축을이야 가사 좋대. 이시슈구다 모니구체니 다 뒤 모니구슬라윤도 런신남다가 간다 semgi chuni dini tarbe chima tada sebe da rengshindu dyuyundu didisha kasa rengshindu sha yumoni kuche.
The truth body is divided into two types: that of the nature body and that of the exalted wisdom body. The nature body is the completely pure nature of the mind that has always been free from defilement, and thus it is called.
그다 모니고 semgi chuni de chima chuni de yingsu sebe da kyabarda dembe chuni tela and moni lugunada rengshindu sha yumoni us.
That reality of the mind, which is qualified by the fact that all defilements have been consumed in it, is called the naturally pure nature body.
다 대당 오예 매베 셈디 말말 다 치마세 차네 루브노도 자기가 뭐니.
And from the point of view of the fact that the defilements have been consumed in it, it is called the adventitiously pure nature body.
다 대당 현직에 가서 셈디 이시쇼.
And the mind that accompanies that is called the wisdom truth body. This interpretation of the Buddha nature is from the point of view of the Madhyamaka system.
Basically, there are four different schools of thought. That's called Webershik and Sotantik and Chitmantra and the Madhyamika. Now this explanation which I just explained according to the Madhyamika philosophy. Now you see, in order to develop this Buddha nature, how to say, fully, further development on the basis of Buddha nature, then the
in order to discuss the development of the mind in terms of the Buddha nature, the text of the Vajrayanas are very helpful. it is said that there are 4 types of lineages there in terms of knowing satisfaction.
Contentment.
Contentment.
You see, so that is something really is practical. All the Buddha nature is already there. According to Buddhist scripture, we already have the Buddha nature. But yet, because we not practice well, so the Buddha nature not much helpful. We face all these problems. Yet there is the Buddha nature, but there is nothing helpful in our daily life. So now, in order to save in problem in daily life or our lifetime, is the
These 4 lineages of superiors is very helpful as they are explained in the text of the Vaibhashikas.
So you say our clothes, our food, our shelter. We need basic necessity. Of course, you see, we need, very necessary. But you see, if we let under the influence of unlimited desire, greedy, I want this, I want that, you see, if we not checked, not self-disciplined, if our desire let grow, then you see there is no, from the desire itself, the desire will not remain contentment, always wanting. There is no time to fulfill our old desire. Even we own whole world, whole globe, or even the whole universe, still we may not fulfill our desire. So you say our lifetime, the contentment. The basic necessary, you have right, is to obtain these things and very useful. Yet, how to say, it is necessary some contentment. If you are if you have contentment, how to say, in actually is very rich, full. You feel, I'm quite all right. I have everything. If a millionaire or billionaire, no contentment, mentally very poor, always wanting, not sufficient. So therefore, one's life, the contentment, also one of the important factor which gives you more peace, more relax, more happy. So these are the about the Buddha nature.